movement here is I'm wrapping him around my body. I'm just turning rapidly. And the Makikomi action, maki means to wrap. Komi means to apply that wrapping, to actually wrap around something. And that's what this is. So you're basically wrapping him around your body and throwing him. So one more. Tonight, we're going to work on Soto Makikomi, and we're going to do some variations of it. And it's a mainstay in judo. You see it a lot. You see it in sambo as well, and pretty much anything with a gi. But you can also do it no gi. So when you're starting, basically, here's the basics. I'm gonna have Derrick tell me the toss. But Soto Makikomi, outer winding. Soto is outer. Makikomi, it means to wrap around. And in this case, also you can use it as a winding, a wind up, winding and rounding, type of thing. So that's Soto Makikomi. So basically, it's this. I'm gonna get from a standard grip. You get started. And I'm going to get a pretty good grip now. You can either pull here, it's personal preference, or you can get a longer grip down here. But in any event, I want to pull his arm out as straight as I can, so I'm going to pop it out here, okay? And the reason I want to do that is because I'm going to pull it into me and I'm going to start my wrapping action. This is the Makikomi wrapping or winding action. So I'm going to pop it here, and as I do that, I'm going to come over the top. Now some people really exaggerate coming over like this quite a bit. If you do, that's fine. Some people are different. I tend to kind of come a little more over this way and actually trap. We'll see the trap method in a minute. But so pop them up, come over the top, and lock them in here. And I like to use my elbow to lock them in. You can also pull. So it's totally up to you. But in any event, I'm turning. And as I turn into them, I'm going to shoot my leg past them. And what's going to happen is I'm going to pop them, wind around, roll them over. See how I'm rolling them over? Basically, do like a forward rolling movement, like a judo break fall. You want to demo that for me? So. I'll show you kind of standard grip. He pops him up and he rolls over and he just kind of rolls. Wham, there it is, Soto Makikomi. Now any leg configuration is your choice. He did it more of a Taiotoshi because he's got a good Taiotoshi. You might want to shoot your leg, try it this way, just an variation. Just shoot it across this way. Any of those are okay. There you go. It's a very hard, big body slam. We'll see how some more functional applications of it in a moment, but you can see the more basic application. Now, Derrick, do the one, I know, Mac, you like to do where you do a pull-up here, don't you? So it's total individual difference. So this time, really use your arm around real high. So pop up. See, some people like that. Some people like that, and it works for them. So that's not wrong. It just works for you. That's what you do, okay? And there are a lot of variations of how you do this, but you're looking at pretty much the basic standard Soto Makikomi right here, okay? So anytime you're wrapping around them, and people tend to think this too much. They get all hung up about the arm. Really the big movement here is I'm wrapping him around my body. I'm just turning rapidly. And the Makikomi action, maki means to wrap. Komi means to apply that wrapping, to actually wrap around something. And that's what this is. So you're basically wrapping him around your body and throwing him. So one more time, and then we'll let you practice the basics. You see? It is total full body slam. You're on him. You're obviously right in there. It's a nice transition right to the ground. Stick him in a nice hold. Okay? So that's why it is so popular, because it has a high percentage ratio of success and also leads directly into some kind of a mat technique, ground fighting technique. Okay? We good? Let's practice for a while. We're doing some variations of Soto Makikomi that you might find interesting. Okay, Soto Makikomi, outer winding or outer wrapping throw. The basic way, kind of just come into it, I'll show the basic way. So we can see a difference here. He comes in the basic way, so he comes over and he sweeps, and there you go. Okay, but now, let me just take over this and on the heavy demo. If the guy's bent over, okay, and you see this a lot, maybe some sambos, maybe you see judo, submission grappling, whatever, where it's a gi grappling. He might be bent over, and what I've got to do is I've got to isolate the shoulder before I can attack. Okay, that's the key thing. So the first step is controlling the shoulders. Okay, so here we're gripping, and what I want to do when I come over the top, I'm going to see I got the elbow here, and I'm just going to come over the top, and I'm just going to trap where my hands are pretty close, and I can just suck them in tight. Okay, or however you like. You might even grab under, whatever. But I've always found grab elbow and triceps here, and bam, I can catch this, and then I can lock in the shoulder. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and I have Derrick going to do here, one of the several things you can do. You can still come in here and do the wrap. You can do that. You can come across Soto Makikomi. You can do that. But we're going to do a different one here. We're going to wrap it here, and he's going to do a knee drop Makikomi action. He's going to wrap it, and he's going to spin under, and he's just going to basically do a knee drop Soto Makikomi. And it really is effective. And I've seen it work a lot, actually. It really is good for when a guy's all bent over. Here like this, you kind of grab the armpit, lock him in, and you just spin under and roll. So, I don't bend so good anymore, so ahead. Derrick.
That one?
That is it. That is it. Let me get this out of the way because of rolling. But did you see how he rolled it? This, we always say stay round, right? Here's why you want to stay round. He did everything he would on a knee drop seoi-nage, didn't he? Knees to the left, butt to the right, screwed himself into the mat. This is how you do it. And only in this case, instead of a seoi-nage, it's a Soto Makikomi, outer winding, outer wrapping throw. Everybody see that? We're going to practice now one more time. And also, this is very good because don't get in a hurry about going into it. It gives you a little time to set up. So if he's bent over defensive, he's thinking by this space here, you know, he thinks he's safe. But remember, he's giving you his hips. We were talking about that in Sambo before. So by giving you his hips, he's giving you room to operate under his hips. So what Derrick's going to do is make sure he gets a good solid grip here and he gets some control. Get a measure of control there. He might be fighting and wrestling around and moving around, jockeying around a bit. Okay, in that case, that gives, and he just spin under and roll right. And notice how he's immediately transferred right to the ground, transition right to the ground. He's got him held. This time, one more, and then hold him a piece of it. So you can see how you can immediately make it a transition move, and he sinks it in, sticks it. There you go. So it's a really nice transition to ground fighting. You may not get a full point like in judo or 4 points in sambo, but you may. But you still throw them really hard, take a lot of starch out of them, and you sink them on the mat. And you stick them on the mat. Okay, let's practice that. All right, so get your Georgian grip. Now this, I will say this, everybody, the Georgian grip coming out of the good side, you'll get a lot of guys like in sambo competitions, some of you guys do sambo, he may be really low slung. You may have it in BJJ or in, sometimes even in judo, some guys fight really low. This is a really good grip for those people who are really low slung type fighters. He's got his grip here, he's going to come over the near stand. When he does, he's not going to make a big looping grip. He's going to be real economical with his move. He's going to slide right over and catch it. See how that elbow is important. Sinks it in. Now what he's going to, as soon as he does that, he's going to step sideways directly and hit with that osotogari. Bam. Right over. Okay. Now, that's directly to the side. They're very weak sideways, laterally, balance-wise. That's why we like to do it sideways initially. Okay? If for some reason you have to step back, so kind of come around the angle here. So if you're like this, and Derrick's going to, angle here so you throw it. Okay. If you have to take a step back, so kind of square up with him a little bit, and for whatever reason, Derrick may have to step back at a 45-degree angle, and as soon as he does, he can catch, and now it's going to be more of a big whipping. Now it's more of an Soto Makikomi, a big Aric Makikomi. Call it what you want. Okay, if you go by any name, just call it palm. See, it's a bigger throw. Because what did he do? And I'm not going to throw you, but look how the step, once you get here, you get your Georgian grip, you got all this. Instead of stepping sideways directly and catching, it's back here and a turn. And then sweep. That's the difference. It's just a little slight back step and a turn. Get good at both of them because you never know how he'll move on you. That's a big boom. Soto Makikomi, a big Aric Makikomi. Call it what you want. Okay, if you go by any name, just call it palm. See, it's a bigger throw. Because what did he do? and I'm not going to throw you, but look how the step, once you get here, you get your Georgian grip, you got all this, instead of stepping sideways directly and catching, it's back here and a turn, and then sweep. That's the difference. It's just a little slight back step and a turn. Get good at both of them because you never know how he'll move on you. That's a big boom.